Hello again, and welcome back to the Enclosure Institute. I'm Phil Taylor.
And I'm Jimmy Budd, and today we're going to take a deeper look at the standards of requirements for the safety and reliability of electrical enclosures and the organizations who set those standards.
As we mentioned in the last video, today we'll talk in more detail about the four organizations we highlighted in the last video. Those organizations are NEMA, UL Solutions, the CSA Group, and the IEC.
Let's start with NEMA. Last time we mentioned that NEMA is a U.S. trade association whose members set the standards for an enclosure's safety, effectiveness, and durability under various conditions.
NEMA ratings are primarily numerical, ranging from NEMA 1 to NEMA 13, but they don't follow a prescribed progression in test requirements. For example, ratings of NEMA 1, 2, 12, and 13 are all described as ratings for indoor use only, while NEMA 3 and 4 are described as ratings for outdoor use because they require testing for water or moisture protection.
You can find a chart that outlines the general requirements of each NEMA rating on the Marion website and in the resources provided to you with this module of the Enclosure Institute. You can also visit NEMA's website to get more detailed information about each rating and the test requirements.
Let's talk about the IEC next. The IEC has similar ratings and test requirements for what they call ingress protection. Consequently, they're called IP ratings.
The International Electrotechnical Commission is international in scope. They're a not-for-profit organization that's made of members that include manufacturers, distributors, and users of electronic devices, as well as government agencies and trade associations.
The IP rating system is similar to NEMA's, but not identical. The system is numerical, with each rating given a two-digit number. The first digit, on a range from 0 to 6, indicates protection against solid matter, with a rating of 0 indicating no significant protection at all, and a rating of 6 indicating the device is protected from the ingress of all solid matter, even dust particles.
The second number represents the level of protection against the ability of moisture, water, or other liquids to penetrate the device. The second number ranges from 0 to 9.
In an IP rating of IP68, for example, this indicates that the device prevents ingress of all dust particles and prevents ingress of water when submerged up to 1 meter in depth.
Along with the NEMA chart, this IP rating chart is part of the free resources provided with this module of the Enclosure Institute and is also available at our website.
Let's talk about UL Solutions next. UL 50 and UL 508 are standards established by Underwriters Laboratories for the enclosures for electrical equipment. Like NEMA and like the IEC, UL tests focus on the enclosure's safety and reliability under varying environmental conditions.
And as outlined at the UL website, within the UL 50 and 508 standards, UL will perform specific tests designed to evaluate gasket materials. Specifically, UL's test category, JMST2, evaluates elastomeric materials supplied in sheet form and die cut for seals for enclosure applications.
Key manufacturers of gasket materials, like Rogers Corporation, have submitted their materials to UL for testing to these requirements and are able to supply certification to the positive results. You can find this data, for example, in the Poron Foam technical data sheets available for download at our website.
When you design your device with materials that are previously tested and approved for use by UL, you can be confident that the submission of your device for testing to UL 50 and 508 will be successful.
Finally, we want to mention the CSA Group. That is the Canadian Standards Association. The CSA Group is very similar to UL. In fact, the two organizations cooperate on many levels. They're a nonprofit organization in Canada, obviously, that publishes standards and provides training, advising, auditing, and testing.
The CSA standard C22.2 number 94 is very similar to UL 50 and UL 508.
The differences between NEMA, IEC, UL, and CSA have to do, first of all, with geography. NEMA and UL are located in the United States and primarily focus on enclosures that will be manufactured in or used in the USA. The CSA Group, of course, is focused on those products manufactured or used in Canada, and the IEC is international in scope.
This doesn't mean your device may only need to meet one of these standards, and you shouldn't assume that having certified approval to UL, for example, is meaningless in another country. You may want certification to all these standards depending on the markets and applications that your enclosure is intended.
Another key difference between these four organizations is the certification process. NEMA and the IEC set standards but allow the manufacturer of the enclosure to perform the tests themselves, whereas UL and CSA require testing to be done by a third-party test provider. UL and CSA offer testing services, but also allow for accredited third-party testers.
Obtaining compliance to these standards will assure that your enclosure is safe, reliable, and will perform as designed.
When your product hits the market with a label on your enclosure that lists compliance ratings to NEMA, UL, CSA, or the IEC, your customer will have the confidence that your device is safe and dependable.
Okay, that's enough technical talk. In our next video, we'll discuss many additional key considerations in gasket design for enclosures.
Until next time, I'm Phil Taylor.
And I'm Jimmy Budd. Thank you for watching and listening.